New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. All right, so the image that you see directly in front of you is that of the beautiful Kiza M. Williams. And if you don't know who she is, I'm pretty sure that you might have run across her content on IG. It's pretty funny at times. It's very educational and informative, and she speaks on how to become an entrepreneur, on how to build your brand, how to basically know your worth, how to start investing, different books to read, and a variety of other brilliant and beautiful things that she puts directly in a lot of her posts, on top of even longer videos that she also has up there online. But this video is more so about the dangers of being a black woman minding your own business, and you have an individual who decides that he wants to try to do something directly to you. So before we actually get into the video, I just want to read to you what she stated during and after. Right. So she stated, on Tuesday, a man followed me home and attempted to break in. He had zip ties, put on gloves. He tried breaking every window, shoving open my front door. He tore my balcony screen off. The attack lasted 15 minutes while I waited for the police. He fled before they arrived. So that was taken from the initial post that she stated. Next, you have the IG post, which is even longer, which goes over a little bit more in detail. She stated, this week, an unknown man followed me home and attempted to break in with zip ties in his pockets. Just let my dog out. I heard him barking, and this man was standing in my front yard. I barely got in the house and locked the door before he proceeded to turn my knob. Then he put on gloves and began to shove at my door, attempting to force it open several times. Then he tried to lift every window, tried to yank my balcony door open, ripped my screen from its hinges, circled my home 3 times, and when my neighbor came outside, pretended to water the grass like my lawn guy, so that she would become suspicious. When she went back inside, he again tried to push his way through my door again, covering the camera and pulling it down so he wouldn't be seen. I was on the phone with 911, locked in a room the whole time, watching from my cameras. Absolutely terrifying. He didn't carry a bag to steal things, and he didn't care that 2 cars were parked in my driveway. He somehow knew I was alone. My call log showed I waited 28 minutes for the police. He fled at the 20-second mark before police arrived, or at least that's when I texted my mom and let her know he finally started walking away. A friend noted he didn't have a bag to steal something, so I now know he wasn't after my stuff. Ladies, do not play with your security. Every corner of my house caught this attack on my home that, God forbid, could have become an attack on my person. I own a taser, I own pepper spray, I will be buying a door stops. I will now register for a gun, and I am a praying woman, so I don't mind going to my knees to the Lord. And make sure you have friends and a God who will show up to cover you when you feel unsafe, making sure that no weapon formed against you will prosper. I called my friend who had a gun, who showed up to make sure my house was secure. It's just starting to dawn on me. Zip ties. My God is greater than my fear. Though I can't lie, I'm still coping, and I'm still afraid. Pray for your professor.
Camera. Yeah. Camera recording. Come here, guys. Come here, boo. Have a good day. Ugh. Have a good day.
No.
Camera recording.
As we were able to see, the black man tried to first, I guess, conversate with her. I guess in order to try to get her guard down. I'm not sure exactly what he stated because the video was, sped up. And after she basically, turned that whole conversation down, she obviously felt uneasy. So you can tell by the way of how her body was reacting. She was like, uh-oh, this isn't good. Let me just, politely decline or just, push to the side whatever he's saying. And let me just, speed everything along, get the dog, and we're going directly into the house. Thankfully, she, paid attention to the signs and everything else and listened to her intuition. And she was able to feel and see that obviously he was up to no good at all. So then later on, you see him on the porch and, he starts coming, on the porch, and then he mentions something about the dog. You see him looking around. And then as he's putting on his gloves, you can hear her say, if you listen very closely, what are you doing? Right? Because as I read off to you, she said that she can see, everything that takes place around her house from where she is, at home. And you heard no reply. You saw him try to, at one moment in time, try to, block the camera, so that he wouldn't be seen. And then he was just like, whatever, they can see me, but I'm going to do whatever it is that I want to sit up there and do. So he proceeds to put on his gloves along with having the zip ties that she stated he had. And then after that, that's when she was stating that, he went around the house 3 different times. He was checking all of the windows. He was checking the doors. And then he was acting as though he was a lawn care person watering her grass so as to not gain any more suspicion from the neighbor. So then when she decided to go back into the house, he went back to do whatever it is that he was trying to do. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what it is that he was specifically trying to do. He had on gloves, he had on zip ties, he looked unkept, he looked unclean. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist. And as she stated, and as her friend stated, and as we can visibly see in the video, he didn't have anything to actually steal any personal items. He didn't have any type of bag. He didn't have a book bag. He didn't have even a trash bag or even a CVS bag. He didn't have any of that. So yet again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what it was that he was after and what it was that he was trying to do. It is by the graces of God that she is, here and completely fine and dandy. Because we already know what would have happened if he would have been able to gain entry into her home. I've already showed you and covered a multitude of stories, that deals with topics like this. And, the main thing that I, was able to read from her post was that she stated that she has pepper spray, she has a taser, and that she is now going to get her license to carry. And that's one of the main things that for quite a while I've been trying to tell black women to do, which is to go out and get your license to carry. Because you have a lot of individuals, you have a lot of men out here who don't mean you any good. It could be men that look just like you, and it could be men that are other. But at the end of the day, you have men out here, black women, you have men out here who don't have the best intentions for you at all. This is not the first time that a story like this has taken place. There was a story not too long ago, a few months ago, where a black woman was just getting off work and she was going to her apartment, and a guy magically was speeding along, and he was tailing her for like quite a bit up until she got to the apartment. And luckily, she was able to turn that key when she did, because he was right behind her. And he was going to try to do whatever it is that he wanted to do specifically to her. And this is why I say on this platform that, yo, black women, y'all gotta go out here and get some self-defense training. Y'all gotta go out here and get your license to carry, because there are a lot of men out here who do not care. They will do the utmost harm to you, and they will go to sleep at night. And I keep saying that I would rather y'all be on trial versus being buried or in any type of hospital. It is of the utmost importance that black women go out here and get that type of training. Your lives are valuable. Your lives are valuable. And if you know that your life is valuable, you will do anything within your power in order to protect that value. And that's what you need to go out here and do. There is no excuse for it. I understand, some women might say that, oh, well, I'm not really for guns and all. That's great. But guys who mean you harm, they don't care. Understand that. So you can't give an excuse or justification as to why it is that you do not want a firearm, because the guys that are going to break into your home, the guys that are going to follow you, the guys who are going to tell you, the guys who are going to track you down, the guys who are going to be watching your homes, they do not care. Your job is to protect you at the end of the day. That is your job. Like I said, I am very happy that Miss Kiza and Williams, I'm very happy that you are completely fine. I'm sorry that you had to go through, that ordeal. It should have never have taken place at all. I'm just happy that you're fine. I'm happy that you are, okay. And, I hope you get as much training as you need, buy as many bullets as you need to sit up there and buy. Because I promise you, the next time, if at any point in time that same guy decides that he wants to try that again, I promise you that's going to be his last time. Promise you. And like I said to a lot of black women out there, let this video be a lesson as to how scary and how dangerous it is out here for you. That there are a lot of men that don't mean you any type of good. And they will do any and everything to you if they can get their hands directly on you. Because that's clearly what he was trying to do. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.